Hey everybody, it's Sunrider and welcome back to Sunrider Liberation Day, the return chapter. Right from us left off, we were about to have a little moment with Sola here. So, yes. I don't think I read this last time. No doubt rumors of the captain's doppelganger had already spread to the four corners of the ship. When Shields entered, the mess hall went completely silent as every single pair of eyes turned to him. Well, that didn't happen with Ikari. Shields just laughed and waved. I am the weird guy from the future. Hey everyone, I'm the second Kato Shields you've heard so much about. Yeah, okay, pretty much. Relax, I'm not in command, so you can keep eating without coming to attention. But it's not like, but it's not like a lot. Oh, but it's not like you lot even in the first place. With laughter, the crew returned to their conversations. The atmosphere instantly returned to normal. I did not expect the crew to accept you so readily. I'm not sure if it's acceptance so much it is just a coping mechanism. Don't worry, these are still my men and women. Hell, the past year we've crashed a royal wedding, rescued a 2,000-year-old Ryuvian, and now learned the chief and Joe as a prototype. Nobody's even gonna bat an eyelash at a future Kato Shields. I see. Shields went to the bar and looked at the day's menu. Ryuvian cuisine. Looks like you're in luck for some home cooking. It's been a very long time. Well, that's probably changed. Probably not quite as good as you remember, huh? I'm afraid it's all thoroughly serified Ryuvian food. Probably tastes like nothing probably tastes nothing like the real deal. Words. Maybe you should help out the mess staff. Help make the taste more authentic. No, I'm afraid I'm a poor chef. I have no culinary knowledge beyond what far port berries are edible and how to roast fish and wildlife. Well, you know more than I do. Sounds like a very tough life. We thought the Ryuvians all had advanced technology beyond what we can imagine. Sounds like that wasn't really the case, though. That is the truth. The Ryuvian's empire was far from monolithic. Instead, it was a cobblestone of thousands of conquered nations and vassals. In order to retain power, technology was held by the powerful. Makes sense. I have no doubt the average Ryuvian was far worse off than today's Alliance citizen. Kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the backstory of the Warframe universe. The ancient Tenno Empire. I think there's like elements of the lore that suggest the average like colonists may not even have been aware of the wider universe around them. They were kind of just there. Something like that, I think. It's been a while. I provided for myself for most of my life until I was taken in by the royal family. I gathered my food from the wild like the majority of the peasants. Doesn't sound easy. The Versacod stew's not bad. Pretty sure the Union delivered us a live badge last week. Then I shall partake. The two of them received their food and set them on the table. On the table. Yeah. So, how exactly did you find out Claude is a time traveler? You mentioned something about a vision earlier, right? Yes. Recently I had a strange dream. No, perhaps more of a vision, as it was far too real. I saw another version of myself, as well as you, Captain. I speculate I may have fallen into another universe, far different from our own. Most likely an episode orchestrated by our doctor for purposes I do not fully understand. Well, knowing Claude, it's probably going to be next to impossible to fully understand her. Who knows if she's even being completely honest with her ambitions of the moment anyway. The experience was quite illuminating on a number of different matters. Suggestive? Perhaps. Sounds like it. It does explain quite a number of things about Claude. Yes, precisely so. Sola? Something the matter? Your face is kind of red. The stew is exceptionally hot now. It makes perspiration form all over my face and down my back. Wait, Sola. You saw something in the vision, didn't you? What I saw was of no consequence whatsoever to the security of the ship. Certainly not a matter we need to ruminate on. Really? It's obviously bothering you. Come to think of it, you've been acting strange around me recently in my timeline too. Although this Sola has no idea. She's been acting unusually friendly ever since my rescue in the desert. Anyways, you know, you're free to say the things you want now. We don't live in a military dictatorship any longer. And in fact, every Saren is proud of the freedoms we won from the new empire. Our civil liberties were won only through the blood of the martyrs. Those liberties won't exist unless we choose to exercise them. Understood. I am afraid this matter is far baser than such lofty ideals, however. Yeah, pretty much is what I was expecting. Sola took a large bite out of her cod. The truth of the matter is... Klaxon! Oh? I'm expecting a klaxon any second now. Alas, I nearly committed. I am sorry. Or not. With that, Sola beat a hasty escape, leaving her half-eaten soup on the table. Hey, Sola! Sola marched out of the mess hall and disappeared down the hallway. Unbelievable. Why can't she be more honest about her feelings? Probably because she's not used to existing in a world where that's actually something that matters. Given her demeanor and so on when Shields first encountered her, it was pretty obvious that her feelings and thoughts on circumstances were not, well, particularly valued in her original timeline. Shield stood and followed after her. I gotta go after her. Thank you for eliminating that. Oh, hello. Little reflection there. After narrowing down the most likely places where Sola would go to collect herself, Shields ended up taking a lift to the Sunrider's observation deck. This was the highest point of the ship, and surrounded by new glass windows. From here, lookouts and optical equipment could navigate the stars and detect ships even if the ship lost power. Of course, the whole deck was sealed during battle so that it would not pose a threat to hull integrity. Stars surrounded Shield as he looked around for Sola. On the opposite end of the observation deck was Sarah, a glistening blue orb. He spotted Sola staring off into space. As expected, she found tranquility here, surrounded by the enormous blankness of space. And there's that fucking pose again that, you know. You have followed me. I have. After all, you wanted me to chase after you, right? Quite an assumption, but I am sorry. It appears I have become a difficult woman. While I have always sought to be a cool-headed and reasonable individual my whole life, I'm afraid this is the one matter which makes my heart waver and my mind run in circles. My heart aches so much I can no longer face you. Yet, my feelings are a betrayal of my queen, and ultimately moot, as this timeline will be erased from existence upon our mission's end. I am merely wasting our time and endangering the mission, but by even pondering its possibilities, these thoughts will merely make my aim falter, will cloud my awakenings. I must strive to be as pure as the... Shields lunged for Sola and wrapped his arms around her. Oh, hello. He pushed Sola's chin up. She's fucking adorable. She closed her eyes and slightly parted her lips. He leaned in. Their lips met. It's not like you talk so much. I don't want to see the problem anyways. Asaga properly confessed her feelings to either self and received a rejection. In this timeline, her feelings received a clear answer before they twisted into hate. Besides, isn't her romance with the other Kato Shields anyway? Isn't her romance with the other Kato Shields anyway? Yeah, okay. And moreover, Claude told us this universe will be recreated once our mission's over. It doesn't necessarily mean everything will be lost, and in fact, we could just as likely re-emerge in the next universe today with our feelings intact. I'm sorry. I am merely complicating a situation. To thrust my emotions upon you, and you've so recently been wounded by the one you loved. I am truly a weak woman. Such a being is undeserving of standing at your side. No. I got a second chance to make everything right. And I'm gonna save Chigar this time too. She may be a spy and she may have been sent to play with my feelings, but I know she was never aware of her directives herself. Chigar is completely innocent as well. Everything was the prototype's doing. So I'm not going to be the one on the floor, on the floor rolling in despair, not when I have a chance to make things right again. So you don't have to worry about me, Sola. I'm fine. Actually, I'm doing better than fine. Right now, I feel like I'm standing on top of the world. Well, you're technically on top of the ship, kind of, because I have a pretty girl like you by my side. Tiny little smile, just doop. Speaking such shameless words, you truly know how to embarrass me. Well, your character was never one for subtlety, nor really intelligence. Indeed, it is so. She agrees. Then, if the matter is settled. Sola stood on her tippy toes and closed her eyes again. Shields wrapped his arm around her back and pressed their lips together once more. The two kissed, silhouetted by the faint blue light of a million stars. Sola's body untensed, her pent-up emotions finally released. The two of them stared at the stars. Ellipses. While Shields had momentarily caught a respite thanks to his actions, he had no idea that his biggest crisis was still yet to come. Shortly after spending time with Sola, he received a summons to the bridge. Hello. He arrived into the tense faces of the command crew. What happened? Chigar's escaped. We don't know how, but she managed to open her cell. And security? 8 Marines, all in serious condition, on a nearby conduit below. Obviously not a coincidence. I've already got security turning the ship inside to find her, but she somehow managed to manipulate all our cameras too. Took us a good half hour until we realized all the footage was fake. We're up against a prototype here. Her brain's been artificially augmented to perform feats far beyond our imagination. Her objective's got to be escape. We need to disassemble the Liberty now. We've already placed it in lockdown. That won't be enough. Start by removing the fusion reactor, then take off all the limbs. Damn. We could have used it in the battle. I think we have to take apart our own Rider. Without a pilot, there's no point in keeping it. We need to avoid the worst case scenario of having it used against us. Do what he says, Commander. You have authorization to remove the Liberty's reactor. Do it immediately. Sir. Just disassembling the Liberty won't be enough, though. She could still escape on a shuttle or a life pod, or any of their riders. Still plenty of holes in the plan, huh? And there it is. Everyone's anxiety peaked when the ship's alarm went off. What now? Contacts. Red alert. Cease the resupply operations and man battle stations. A packed loyalist fleet headed our way, approximately 300 strong. How did they get past the Alliance's defensive line? We are getting reports of a single packed rider decimating their forces. The combined fleet has been split in two, allowing a packed strike fleet to pass through and approach the Alliance. A single packed rider. That can only be one thing. Hello, fuckface. Shield still vividly remember the grotesque power of the Nightmare Ascendant. In the previous timeline, they had only just barely defeated it thanks to the power of the combined fleet and Fontana's forces. By this time, the conditions of battle were completely different. And instead of fighting in the front lines with the full support of the Alliance, they now face an Ascendant in an ambush. Further, Fontana's fleet was operational. Fucked, basically. It's the Nightmare Ascendant, an ancient Ravian rider now controlled by the leader of the prototypes. On top of overwhelming firepower and defenses, the prototype leader can somehow awaken just like a Saga and Sola, making it nigh invincible. And you say you defeated in your own timeline? By god modding, basically. Yeah, but only with the help of the combined fleet and Fontana's allied forces, also the Mitten. Sounds like you were playing on easy mode when you did this. The shields turned towards the tactical map. I probably laughed at the first mishap and 2 of the carry. Probably, I'm just a stupid person. We should have seen this ambush coming. With their spy on board the Sunrider exposed and Fontana to the sabotage efforts, the type's best bet is to kill us all before Fontana's ship into play. That means you've already thought of a plan, right? No. Unfortunately, our counter tactics are limited. The Sunrider still hasn't completed its resupply while the Liberty's out of commission. Even knowing the ambush was going to occur, our only option was to meet it head on. The combined fleet is still tangled with a sizable remainder of packed ships. The Alliance will not be able to spare many ships to come to our aid. If we fall here, the packed strike fleet will completely rout the resupply line, meaning the combined fleet will then face an attack from the rear with no fallback position. Put Fontana on the line, sir. Zoop. Looks like Alice has made her move. We are still an hour away from removing the virus on our ships. We'll have to hold out until then. We don't have an hour, Fontana. I don't care if you leave half your ships behind. Get your forces in order and assist us with whatever you can muster. Very well. The sabotage is most extensive in all assault carriers. If we prioritize repairing our fleet cruisers, all fast cruisers only, we could be by your side in 15 minutes. Alright, no choice. After shields cut the channel, Fontana, Saga's voice cracked from the comm. This is the Rider Squad standing by. Good. Begin sortie immediately. The map is filling up with red all around us. Watch out for the new packed Rider. Target designation Ascendant. It's lost technology and its pilot can awaken just like you. What the? Suddenly the roaring of Rider's thrusters peaked the comms output. The Blackjack's taking off without me. Shit. Close the hangar gate. Negative. If we use the emergency order right now, we won't be able to launch any of the other riders either. Shields tore himself from the tactical map and ran towards the hangar. Where are you going? No point in having 2 kitted shields on the bridge. I'm leaving the battle to you. You fill the captain of the ship. I'm going to stop Chigara. Alright. Good luck, partner. Yeah, good luck. With that, Shield dimmed the lift and went down to deck 2. And I'm getting this here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode.